Given your history in the payments ecosystem, it would be very interesting to know if you agree with Jack and there is going to be one native cryptocurrency when it comes to the internet. He thinks it's Bitcoin.
It's interesting. I have some friends of mine that are really involved in crypto. I mean, I think like the Bitcoin structure was quite brilliant. Yeah, it seems like there's some merit to Ethereum as well, and maybe some of the others. But, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that it would be a good use of Tesla resources to get involved in crypto.
Welcome back to one more insight update from the world of EV stocks. Today we also additionally talk about Bitcoin and try to see where Bitcoin should fit in the investment portfolio of an investor who is already heavily focused on hot growth stocks like Tesla, NIO or XPENG. As you may know, Tesla CEO Elon Musk has often talked highly about the usefulness of Bitcoin and what future Bitcoin may have. ARK Invest's Kathy Woods had some discussions with Elon Musk on the topic not so long ago, and we'll try to look back again at how that discussion actually went.
Given your history in the payments ecosystem, it would be very interesting to know if you agree with Jack and there is going to be one native cryptocurrency when it comes to the internet. He thinks it's Bitcoin.
It's interesting. I have some friends of mine that are really involved in crypto. I mean, I think like the Bitcoin structure was quite brilliant. Yeah, it seems like there's some merit to Ethereum as well, and maybe some of the others. But, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that it would be a good use of Tesla resources to get involved in crypto. I mean, we're really just trying to accelerate the advent of sustainable energy. And I mean, I think actually one of the downsides of crypto is that computationally, it's like quite energy intensive. So like there had to be some kind of constraint on the creation of crypto. So, but it's very energy intensive to create like the incremental Bitcoin at this point.
Yeah, but by the same time, there were $1.3 trillion worth of transactions in Bitcoin, and we don't see it here because it's not for pizza or Coke. It's business to business in Africa. Yeah, but we think it is business to business in Africa, where it is prohibitively expensive to convert from one nation's currency to another. You have to go through the dollar. I mean, it really is very important it's money over IP for them. It's free transmission of money. And that's really important to opening up the world. And, it
bypasses currency controls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. It's
well, and
paper money is going away.
Yes.
And crypto is a far better way to transfer value than pieces of paper. That's for sure.
Without a doubt.
That has its pros and cons.
So, like you heard, Elon Musk thinks that paper money is on its way out, and cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin could well be a much better future for the purpose of money transactions. As most of you may have heard already today, Bitcoin hit the all-time record high of $22,000 today and appears to be going even higher by the time we publish this video. The announcement of PayPal to allow its users to do transaction using Bitcoin has been the main catalyst in Bitcoin's recent bull run. And now there's news of major Wall Street firms piling in money into Bitcoin as well. With the record highs of today, now, there's a widespread interest amongst general public, with a fear of missing out running high amongst many of them. We therefore thought it would be useful to discuss where Bitcoin may fit in your portfolio, especially if you are already heavily focused on high-growth stocks like Tesla, NIO or XPENG. We believe Bitcoin indeed has a good future, and therefore every investor should own at least a little bit of Bitcoin. However, it's very important to understand a few things before doing so. Bitcoin is a highly volatile and risky asset. While it may look tempting seeing its recent highs, we must not forget how Bitcoin has crashed in past as well. Besides, there is the risk that certain governments may move to completely delegitimize Bitcoin in the coming years. Recently, the head of European Central Bank sounded extremely critical of Bitcoin, and that may just be the beginning of a trend. We understand that Bitcoin is decentralized, however, governments can ban mobile apps and websites where investors buy and hold Bitcoin too. Even PayPal is not 100% guarantee of safety of Bitcoin, since PayPal will require individual government approvals in different countries to allow transactions using Bitcoin. The year of 2020 has anyway already proved how governments can easily move to ban even the most popular of mobile apps fairly easily. We therefore suggest this strategy with Bitcoin. Do invest in Bitcoin, but try to make sure that Bitcoin doesn't take up more than 5% of your total investment portfolio. To break that down into plain numbers, let's assume you have a total of $10,000 invested across various financial assets. Then Bitcoin should not take up more than $500 of that $10,000. We do believe there's a chance that Bitcoin eventually takes the place of gold as a store of value, but until there's more stability to the price of Bitcoin and a more widespread government acceptance, this 5% strategy is something we are living by in the strictest manner possible. High-growth stocks like Tesla or NIO or XPENG, on the other hand, don't have the higher risk of Bitcoin. Stocks, of course, do have their volatility and intrinsic risks as well, however they are a much more established and stable class of financial asset. We know, for example, electric vehicles are the future of mobility, and there's a massive government support throughout the world to help EV companies succeed. Similar assurance, of course, doesn't exist with an asset class like Bitcoin. Now, let us talk about what's latest with our three most favorite EV stocks at a more individual level. First, Tesla. The Tesla stock is continuing its massive bull run. There seems to be nobody stopping them, at least for now. The stock will get included into S&P 500 in one single go on the 21st December, and that is expected to trigger some massive fund inflows worth more than $50 billion into the stock. Some watchers expect that fund inflow alone could take the Tesla stock closer to the $1,000 levels by the end of December. Let's see what happens. We're optimistic but also a little cautious with the stock. Last time Tesla ran up crazily around the time of the stock split, and a couple of sessions post the split, the stock had a major crash. If a major crash happens in Tesla some days after the S&P 500 inclusion, we believe that might even produce a rare opportunity to buy more Tesla stocks at a discount. Now, let us look at the NIO stock. NIO was going through some major correction through most of last 2 weeks, and now since the additional share offering at $39 a share seems to be complete, and there are also a few more bullish analyst reviews on NIO, the stock is finally moving back up again. The last time we checked, NIO was trading above the $46 mark and looking good to go back above the $50 levels within the next few trading sessions. Of the three main EV stocks we like, NIO is our favorite stock, and we believe NIO has the maximum potential of making investors earn a lot of return on investment in 2021. Finally, let us look at XPENG. Like we already reported in an earlier video, XPENG made a major move this week by delivering their first vehicles for the European market. XPENG delivered their first batch of 100 cars of their G3 SUV models in Norway. Norway has been extremely supportive of EV adoption, and therefore it wasn't really much of a surprise that XPENG chose Norway as the first country to enter within the lucrative European market. Going ahead, we expect XPENG's P7 sedan to give Tesla's Model S and Model 3 sedans some significant competition. When it comes to the XPENG stock, we are overall bullish. However, one major area where we are still a bit concerned about XPENG is the gross vehicle margin. Tesla took many years to improve on their margins, and now we're seeing NIO slowly getting there too. However, XPENG seems to still have some time to go before they can produce vehicle margins that can make their stock compete with the NIO stock. We'll be closely watching for any new updates on them, and we'll keep you posted as soon as there is something significant.